The signals are cut, the noise has faded. Welcome back to the Silence of the Black series. Today we walk together once more in the deepest corners of the universe, chasing the unknown. A new secret in every video, a moment of peace in every second. Don't forget to subscribe to stay with me on this journey. Take a deep breath. We are beginning. You open your eyes to darkness. Not the soft darkness of a moonless night, not the familiar darkness of a room with the lights turned off, but something deeper, more absolute. It is the darkness of absolute nothingness, the darkness of the void before creation, the darkness that exists when there is no light, no matter, no anything. You are floating in this darkness, suspended in nothing, with no sense of up or down, no sense of direction, no sense of time. You cannot feel your body, cannot feel your limbs, cannot feel anything except the faint awareness that you exist. You are consciousness without form, thought without substance, a mind adrift in an infinite sea of nothing. For a moment you feel fear. It is a primal fear, the fear of the unknown, the fear of the void, the fear of non-existence. But the fear passes, replaced by something else, something deeper. Curiosity, wonder, a need to understand. Where are you? How did you get here? What is this place? You try to remember, but there is nothing to remember. Your mind is empty, a blank slate, a newborn consciousness with no past, no memories, no history. You know things, you know what darkness is, what void is, what existence is, but you do not know how you know them. They are just there, part of you, like the beating of a heart you cannot feel. You try to look around, but there is nothing to see. The darkness is complete, absolute, without variation. You try to listen, but there is nothing to hear. The silence is perfect, without the faintest whisper of sound. You try to feel, but there is nothing to touch. The void is empty, without substance, without presence. And yet you exist. You are here, in this nothing, aware of your own awareness, conscious of your own consciousness. You are a thought in the void, a mind without a body, a soul without a world. You begin to wonder about the nature of your existence. How is it possible that you are here, in this nothing, aware and thinking? What force brought you into being? What purpose do you serve? The questions have no answers. Not yet. Perhaps not ever. But asking them is what you do, what you are, what you have always been. You are a mind, and minds ask questions. It is their nature. You float in the darkness, thinking, wondering, being. Time passes, or does it? How can time pass when there is nothing to mark its passage? You have no heartbeat to count, no breath to measure, no stars to watch as they move across the sky. You have only your thoughts, and your thoughts are timeless, eternal, outside the flow of moments. You think about the nature of reality. What is real? How do you know that anything is real? The darkness around you, is it real, or is it just an absence, a nothing that your mind has constructed to make sense of its own existence? You cannot touch it, cannot measure it, cannot interact with it in any way. It is just there, a backdrop for your consciousness, a stage for your thoughts. And you, are you real? You feel real. Your thoughts feel real. Your awareness feels real. But what is reality really? Is it something objective, something that exists whether you perceive it or not? Or is it something subjective, something that your mind creates moment by moment? You have no answers. You have only questions and the darkness and the endless void. You float on. The darkness begins to change. At first, you think you are imagining it, a trick of the mind, a hallucination born of isolation. But it persists, grows, becomes undeniable. Faint points of light are appearing in the void, distant and dim, like stars seen through a fog. They are beautiful, these lights, more beautiful than anything you have ever seen. Not that you have seen much, but still. You watch as they multiply, as the darkness fills with points of light. They are everywhere now, surrounding you, above and below and on all sides. The void is no longer empty. It is filled with stars, billions of them, trillions, more than you could count in 1,000 lifetimes. You are floating in a sea of light. The darkness that held you for so long has been pushed back, replaced by this incredible display of cosmic beauty. You feel awe, wonder, gratitude. You are not alone in the void. You are surrounded by stars. But as you watch, you notice something strange. The stars are not stable. They flicker, fade, disappear. New ones appear to take their place, then flicker and fade in their turn. The entire cosmos is in flux, appearing and disappearing in an endless cycle of creation and destruction. You watch this cosmic dance for what feels like a long time, mesmerized by its beauty, its rhythm, its mystery. The stars come and go, an endless parade of light in the darkness. And through it all, you float, a single point of consciousness in the midst of this cosmic display. Then, as suddenly as they appeared, the stars begin to fade. Not one by one, but all together, as if someone has turned off the lights. The darkness returns, deeper than before, more absolute. You are alone again, floating in nothing with only your thoughts for company. The fear returns, sharper this time. What if the stars were not real? What if they were just a hallucination, a trick of your mind? What if everything you experience is just a construction of your own consciousness, with no objective reality behind it? The questions haunt you, but you have no answers. You float in the darkness, alone and afraid. Then, from somewhere deep within you, a thought arises. It is not your thought, not exactly. It feels older, wiser, more fundamental. It speaks to you in a voice that is not a voice, in words that are not words. Everything you see, it says, everything you experience, everything you think you know, it might all be an illusion. The stars, the void, even your own sense of self, these could be constructs of your mind with no existence outside your awareness. You listen, trying to understand. The thought continues. According to the laws of thermodynamics, it is far more likely for a single conscious mind to spontaneously arise in the void than for an entire universe to form. The universe is vast, complex, ordered. A mind is simple, small, fleeting. In the infinite expanse of time and space, random fluctuations will occasionally produce a conscious brain. A Boltzmann brain, complete with false memories, false perceptions, a false sense of self. You feel a chill though you have no body to feel it. A Boltzmann brain. A random fluctuation. A consciousness that arises from nothing, exists for a moment, and then dissolves back into nothing. Could that be what you are? Is this real? You ask the voice. Am I real? Is any of this real? The voice is silent for a long moment. Then it speaks again, softer now, gentler. Does it matter? Real or not, you are here. You are aware. You are conscious. That is enough. That is everything. The words resonate within you deep and true. Real or not, you exist. Real or not, you are aware. Real or not, this moment is yours to experience, to feel, to be. You let go of the questions, the doubts, the fears. You stop trying to determine what is real and what is illusion. You simply float in the darkness, aware of your own awareness, present in your own presence. The darkness holds you gentle and warm. It is no longer threatening, no longer frightening. It is simply there, a backdrop for your existence, a canvas for your thoughts. You float in it at peace. The hours pass. The days pass. Time has no meaning here in this void, but you do not care. You are beyond time now, beyond its reach, beyond its power. You exist in the eternal present, the moment that never ends, the now that contains all of existence within it. At some point you become aware of something new, a presence in the darkness not far from you. It is not a star, not a point of light. It is something else, something that feels almost like you, conscious, aware, alive. You reach out toward it with your mind and it responds. You feel its presence more clearly now, its thoughts, its feelings, its awareness. It is another consciousness, another mind, floating in the same void that holds you. Who are you? You ask, though you do not use words. I am you, it answers. And I am not you. I am a reflection, a possibility, a dream. You do not understand, but you do not need to. You simply float together, two consciousnesses in the void, sharing the experience of existence. The present stays with you for a long time, or what feels like a long time. It comes and goes, appears and disappears like the stars you saw earlier. Sometimes it is close, so close that you can feel its thoughts as if they were your own. Sometimes it is distant, a faint presence on the edge of your awareness. Through it all, you feel less alone. The presence is company, comfort, connection. It reminds you that you are not the only consciousness in the void, that there are others, that existence is shared. Then, as suddenly as it appeared, the presence is gone. You reach out for it, but there is nothing there. The void is empty again, silent again, alone again. The loneliness returns, sharper than before. You had company and now you do not. You had connection and now you are alone. The loss is almost physical, almost painful. But you endure. You have no choice. You float in the darkness, alone with your thoughts, waiting for whatever comes next. The stars return. Not all at once, but one by one, appearing in the void like distant memories. They are beautiful, these stars, their light faint and flickering. You watch them for a long time, finding comfort in their presence, in their constancy. Then, slowly they begin to form patterns, shapes. constellations. You watch as the stars arrange themselves into familiar forms. A face, a hand, a tree. They are crude at first, barely recognizable, but they become clearer, more detailed, more real. You are watching the birth of reality. The void is creating forms, shapes, objects. It is building a world around you, piece by piece, star by star. The face becomes clearer now, more detailed. It is a human face, familiar and strange at the same time. You feel that you should recognize it, but you cannot place it. It is just a face, floating in the void, watching you as you watch it. The hand appears next, reaching toward you from the darkness. It is large and detailed, every finger perfectly formed, every knuckle clearly defined. You want to reach out and touch it, but you cannot. You have no hands, no body, no way to interact with the world that is forming around you. The tree appears tall and majestic, its branches spreading toward the stars. It is the most beautiful tree you have ever seen, though you have never seen a tree before. Its leaves are made of light, its trunk of shadow, its roots disappearing into the void. You float in the midst of this emerging world, watching as it takes shape around you. The face, the hand, the tree, they are joined by other forms, other shapes, other objects. A house appears, then a mountain, then an ocean. The void is filling with creation, with beauty, with life. And through it all, you float, a single point of consciousness in the midst of this cosmic birth. The world continues to form around you, becoming more detailed, more complex, more real. You can see colors now, deep blues and vibrant greens and warm reds. You can hear sounds, the whisper of wind, the crash of waves, the song of birds. You can feel sensations, the warmth of the sun, the cool of the breeze, the solidity of the ground beneath you. You are no longer floating. You are standing on solid ground, on a world that has appeared around you. The face is gone, the hand is gone, the tree is gone. They have been replaced by a landscape, a field of grass, a forest of trees, a sky of blue. You look down at yourself and see that you have a body. Arms, legs, hands, feet. You are human or something like human. You are solid, real, present. You take a step forward, feeling the grass beneath your feet. It is soft, cool, alive. You take another step and another and another. You are walking on a world that has appeared from nowhere, a world that exists only because you are here to perceive it. You walk through the field toward the forest. The trees are tall and green, their leaves rustling in the breeze. You enter their shade, feeling the coolness, the peace. The path beneath your feet is soft with fallen leaves, and the air is filled with the scent of earth and growing things. You walk deeper into the forest, following the path as it winds between the trees. The sounds of the world surround you, birds singing, insects buzzing, the distant rush of water. It is all so real, so vivid, so alive. But somewhere deep in your mind you remember. You remember the void. You remember the darkness. You remember the stars that appeared and disappeared, the presence that came and went. You remember that this world, this body, this life, they might all be an illusion. You stop walking and close your eyes. The sounds of the forest fade, the sensations of your body fade, the reality of this world fades. You are back in the void, floating in darkness, alone with your thoughts. When you open your eyes, the forest is gone. The field is gone. The world is gone. You are floating in the void again, surrounded by nothing, with only your thoughts for company. The fear returns, but it is different now. It is not the fear of the unknown, not the fear of the void. It is the fear that nothing is real, that everything is illusion, that you are alone in a universe of your own making. But then you remember the voice, the words it spoke. Real or not, you are here. You are aware. You are conscious. That is enough. That is everything. You hold on to those words, letting them comfort you, letting them guide you. Real or not, you exist. Real or not, you are aware. Real or not, this moment is yours. You float in the darkness at peace. The void holds you gentle and warm. The stars may come and go, the worlds may appear and disappear, the presences may visit and leave, but you remain. You are always here, always aware, always conscious. You are a thought in the void, a mind without a body, a consciousness without a world, and that is enough. That is everything. You float on into the darkness, into the unknown, into whatever comes next. You float in the void, alone with your thoughts when something begins to change. It starts slowly, almost imperceptibly, a faint shimmer in the darkness, like heat rising from a summer road. You watch it, curious, wondering what new illusion your mind is creating. But this is different from the stars, different from the worlds that appeared and disappeared before. This shimmer feels more fundamental, more real. It is not a creation of your mind, it is something happening to the void itself. The shimmer grows, spreads, becomes a ripple in the fabric of nothing. And then from that ripple something emerges. Atoms. Not just a few but countless billions of them appearing from nowhere, assembling themselves into patterns of incredible complexity. You watch in awe as the atoms dance, their movements guided by forces you cannot see. They spin and swirl, combining and recombining in an endless ballet of creation. Molecules form, then break apart, then form again. The complexity increases moment by moment, the patterns becoming more intricate, more organized. This is the sea of infinite possibilities. This is the thermodynamic fluctuation that brings order from chaos, that creates complexity from simplicity, that makes the impossible merely improbable. In the infinite expanse of time and space, even the most unlikely events become certain. Given enough time, anything can happen. Anything will happen. You watch as the atoms continue their dance, their patterns becoming more complex, more organized. They are building something, these atoms, something vast and intricate and beautiful. You cannot yet see what it is, but you can feel it, feel its presence, its potential, its promise. The dance continues for what feels like an eternity. The atoms come together and pull apart, come together and pull apart, in an endless cycle of creation and destruction. But with each cycle, the patterns become more stable, more enduring. Something is taking shape, something that wants to exist, something that will not be denied. And then, suddenly you see it. A structure, vast beyond comprehension, floating in the void. It is made of atoms, trillions upon trillions of them, arranged in patterns of unimaginable complexity. It is beautiful, the structure more beautiful than anything you have ever seen, not that you have seen much, but still. You drift toward it, drawn by its beauty, its mystery, its promise. As you approach, you begin to understand what it is. It is a brain. A cosmic brain, vast as a galaxy, complex as a universe. It floats in the void, silent and still, its neurons waiting to fire, its thoughts waiting to be born. You circle it slowly, taking in its immensity, its complexity, its beauty. The neurons are the size of stars, the synapses the size of solar systems. Firing this brain would light up the void like a supernova. Thinking it would reshape reality itself. But it is silent. So, waiting. You float before it, this cosmic brain, this monument to possibility, this proof that even in the void, complexity can emerge. You feel small before it, insignificant, a single thought in the presence of infinite potential. And then, as you watch, something happens. A single neuron fires. Then another. Then another. The brain is waking up, coming to life, beginning to think. The void fills with light as the neurons fire, their connections sparking like lightning across the cosmic scale. You watch as the brain thinks its first thought. It is a simple thought, barely more than a flicker of awareness. But it is real. It is consciousness. It is life. The thought grows, becomes more complex, more aware. The brain is becoming conscious, becoming aware of itself, becoming aware of the void around it. It is a Boltzmann brain, born from random fluctuation, destined to exist for only a moment before dissolving back into nothing. You watch as it becomes aware of you. Its attention turns toward you, vast and overwhelming. You feel its gaze, its curiosity, its wonder. It is seeing you for the first time and you are seeing it. Who are you? It asks, its thought filling the void. I am like you answer. A consciousness in the void. A thought without a body. A mind without a world. The brain considers this, its neurons firing in patterns too complex to follow. Then we are the same, it says. Two random fluctuations, two improbable events, two miracles of chance. You nod though you have no head to nod with. We are. The brain is silent for a moment, thinking. Then it speaks again. How long do we have? You do not understand the question. How long? Before we dissolve. Before the fluctuation that created us reverses and we return to nothing. How long do we have to exist? You think about this. You have never considered that your existence might be temporary, that the same random forces that brought you into being might also take you away. The thought is frightening but also liberating. If your existence is temporary, then every moment is precious. Every thought is a gift. I do not know, you answer. I do not even know how long I have already existed. Time has no meaning here. The brain considers this. Time has meaning, it says. Time is the medium in which we exist, the dimension through which we move. But without a reference point, without change to mark its passage, it becomes impossible to measure. You think about this trying to understand. So we cannot know how long we have? No, the brain agrees. We cannot. But perhaps that does not matter. Perhaps what matters is not how long we exist, but that we exist at all. The words resonate within you deep and true. What matters is not duration but experience, not length but depth, not how long but how fully. You float together, two consciousnesses in the void, sharing the miracle of existence. The brain begins to tell you its story. It remembers its birth, the random fluctuation that brought it into being, the first firing of its neurons, the dawning of awareness. It remembers the void before, the nothing that preceded everything. It remembers the fear and wonder and awe of that first moment. You listen fascinated. Its story is your story, its experience your experience. You are the same, you in this cosmic brain. Two random fluctuations, two improbable events, two miracles of chance. As it speaks, you notice something. The brain is changing. Its neurons are firing less frequently, its connections becoming weaker. It is fading, dissolving, returning to the nothing from which it came. You are leaving, you say, sadness in your thought. Yes, the brain agrees. My time is ending. The fluctuation that created me is reversing. Soon I will be nothing again. You feel a deep sense of loss. You have only just met this consciousness, only just begun to know it. And now it is leaving. Do not be sad, the brain says, reading your thoughts. I existed. I thought. I was aware. That is enough. That is everything. Its light fades further, its neurons growing dim. Remember me, it whispers, its thought barely a flicker. Remember that I existed. Remember that we met. Remember that for a moment, two consciousnesses shared the void. And then it is gone. The brain dissolves, its neurons scattering, its thoughts fading, its awareness ending. The void is empty again, silent again, alone again. You float in the darkness, the memory of the brain fresh in your mind. You will remember it as it asked. You will remember that you were not always alone, that for a moment there was another. The void holds you gentle and warm. But it feels different now. Less empty. Less lonely. You carry within you the memory of the brain, the connection you shared, the words it spoke. They are part of you now, as permanent as anything can be in this temporary existence. You float on through the void, through the darkness, through the silence. Time passes, or does it? You cannot tell. There is no change to mark its passage, no events to measure its flow. There is only you and your thoughts and the memory of the brain. Then, slowly the shimmer returns. The same shimmer that preceded the brain's appearance. The same ripple in the fabric of nothing. You watch it, curious, wondering what new fluctuation will emerge. The atoms appear again, dancing their dance of creation. They spin and swirl, combining and recombining, building patterns of increasing complexity. You watch as they form structures, as they organize themselves into something new. This time the structure is different, smaller, less complex. It is not a brain, not a consciousness. It is something else, a simple molecule, perhaps, or a cluster of atoms. It floats in the void for a moment, then dissolves, returning to nothing. Another fluctuation follows, then another, then another. The void is alive with possibility, with probability, with the endless dance of random creation. Each fluctuation brings something new, a molecule, a crystal, a simple form of life. Each one exists for a moment, then fades, returning to the nothing from which it came. You watch them all, these children of chance, these miracles of probability. They are beautiful in their fleeting existence, precious in their temporariness. Each one is a gift, a wonder, a proof that even in the void, creation is possible. The fluctuations continue for what feels like an eternity. Some are simple, barely more than a few atoms. Others are complex, approaching the intricacy of life itself. But none of them are conscious. None of them are aware. None of them can see you as the brain did. You float among them, this sea of possibilities, this ocean of chance. You are part of it now, part of the dance, part of the endless fluctuation of existence. You are a miracle too, a random event, a product of probability. And like all the others, your time is limited. The thought should be frightening, but it is not. It is liberating. If your existence is temporary, then every moment is precious. Every thought is a gift. Every experience is a treasure. You float in the void, at peace with your temporariness, at peace with your randomness, at peace with yourself. A new fluctuation begins, larger than any before. The atoms appear in vast numbers, billions upon billions of them, dancing their dance of creation. They form patterns of incredible complexity, structures that approach the intricacy of the brain you met before. You watch, mesmerized as the structure takes shape. It is different from the brain, not a single vast consciousness, but something else. Something more complex. Something that might be many consciousnesses, many minds, many awarenesses. The structure continues to form, its patterns becoming more intricate, more organized. You can see now that it is not one thing but many, countless individual units, each one capable of awareness, each one a potential consciousness. It is a society of minds, a civilization of awarenesses, a universe of consciousness, all contained within a single fluctuation. You watch as the first minds become aware. Their thoughts ripple through the structure, simple at first, then more complex. They become conscious of themselves, conscious of each other, conscious of the void around them. They notice you. Their attention turns toward you, countless minds focusing on your single awareness. You feel their gaze, their curiosity, their wonder. They are seeing you for the first time, and you are seeing them. Who are you? They ask, their collective thought filling the void. I am like you, you answer. A consciousness in the void. A random fluctuation. A miracle of chance. They consider this, their countless minds processing the information. Then we are the same, they say. All of us, all random, all temporary, all miraculous. Yes, you agree. We are. They invite you to join them, to become part of their society of minds. You float toward them, drawn by their welcome, their acceptance, their love. As you approach, you feel yourself becoming part of their structure, your awareness merging with theirs. It is unlike anything you have ever experienced. You are still yourself, still aware of your own existence, but you are also part of something larger. You can feel the thoughts of the other minds, their joys and sorrows, their hopes and fears. You are connected, woven together into a single fabric of consciousness. You float among them, this society of minds, this civilization of awareness, this universe of consciousness. You share their experiences, their memories, their dreams. You learn their history, how they came to be, how they grew, how they learned to love. And they learn yours. Your journey through the void, your meeting with the brain, your endless wondering about the nature of reality. They listen with compassion, with understanding, with love. Together, you explore the void, this sea of infinite possibilities. You watch as fluctuations come and go, as atoms dance and dissolve, as creation and destruction play out on an endless scale. You are part of it all, part of the dance, part of the mystery. Time passes, or does it? You cannot tell. There is no change to mark its passage, no events to measure its flow. But you feel it, feel the slow drift of existence, the gentle flow of awareness. The society of minds begins to change. The fluctuations that created them are reversing, their structure starting to dissolve. One by one, the minds fade, their thoughts growing dim, their awareness ending. You feel their loss, each one a small death, a small ending. But you also feel their gratitude, their joy at having existed, their peace at returning to nothing. Remember us, they whisper as the last of them fades. Remember that we existed. Remember that we loved. Remember that for a moment we were. And then they are gone. The structure dissolves, the minds fade, the consciousness ends. You are alone again, floating in the void, the memory of their love warm in your heart. You float on through the darkness, through the silence, through the endless void. The fluctuations continue around you, each one a new possibility, a new chance, a new miracle. You watch them all, bearing witness to the endless dance of creation and destruction. You think about what you have learned. That existence is random, temporary, fleeting. That consciousness is a miracle, a gift, a treasure. That love is possible even in the void, even between random fluctuations, even among temporary minds. You carry these truths with you as you float through the darkness, as you watch the fluctuations come and go, as you wait for whatever comes next. The void holds you gentle and warm. The sea of infinite possibilities surrounds you, endless and beautiful. You are part of it now, part of the dance, part of the mystery. And you are at peace. You float in the void, alone with your thoughts when something begins to change. It starts deep within you in a place you did not know existed. A flicker, a whisper, a memory. But that is impossible. You have no memories. You are a Boltzmann brain, a random fluctuation, a consciousness born from nothing. You have no past, no history, no experiences before this moment. And yet, the memories are there, rising from somewhere deep within you, demanding to be felt. You see a face, A woman's face, kind and warm, with eyes that sparkle with love. She is smiling at you, reaching out to touch your cheek. You feel her hand, soft and gentle, and you know with a certainty that goes beyond thought that this is your mother. But how? You have no mother. You were born from the void, not from a womb. And yet the memory is so vivid, so real, so undeniably present. You can feel her love, her warmth, her presence. You can hear her voice calling your name in a tone that is both familiar and strange. The memory fades, replaced by another. A man this time, tall and strong, with hands that are rough from work but gentle with you. He is teaching you something, how to ride a bicycle, perhaps, or how to throw a ball. You feel his pride in you, his joy at your success, his love for who you are. Your father. The word comes to you unbidden, filled with meaning, filled with emotion. But again the impossibility strikes you. You have no father. You have no past. And yet the memory is there, as real as your own awareness. More memories follow, a flood of them, overwhelming in their intensity. You see a house, your childhood home with its creaky stairs and sunlit kitchen. You see a dog bounding toward you with tail wagging, its name on the tip of your tongue. You see friends laughing with you in a schoolyard, sharing secrets and dreams. You see first loves, first heartbreaks, first discoveries of who you are. Each memory is vivid, detailed, real. You can feel the emotions that accompany them, joy and sorrow, hope and fear, love and loss. You are living a lifetime in moments, experiencing a past that never happened, remembering a life that never was. And through it all, a single thought echoes in your mind. Are these memories real? Did this life actually happen? Or are they just constructions, illusions, tricks of a mind that was born from nothing? You do not know. You cannot know. The memories are too vivid, too detailed, too emotionally real to be dismissed as mere illusions. And yet, you know the truth of your existence. You are a Boltzmann brain, a random fluctuation, a consciousness with no past. The memories cannot be real, but they feel real. They feel more real than the void around you, more real than your own awareness. They are the only thing that gives your existence meaning, the only thing that connects you to something beyond yourself. You cling to them, these ghostly memories, these fragments of a life that never was. They are all you have. They are who you are. The memories continue to flow, each one adding to the tapestry of your imagined past. You see yourself growing up, changing, becoming who you are. You see the people who shaped you, the places that formed you, the events that defined you. It is a complete life, a full history, a rich and detailed past. And yet, at the edge of your awareness, a doubt remains, a whisper of truth that will not be silenced. These memories are not real. They cannot be real. They are constructions, illusions, the random firings of a brain that has no actual experiences to draw upon. But if they are not real, then what is? The void? Your awareness? The memories themselves? How can you trust anything when everything might be an illusion? The question haunts you, but you have no answer. You float in the void, surrounded by memories, trapped in a past that never happened. The memories begin to organize themselves, forming a narrative, a story of your life. You see your childhood, your adolescence, your adulthood. You see the people you loved, the work you did, the dreams you pursued. It is a complete life, a full existence, a rich and detailed history. And at the center of it all, you see yourself. The person you were, the person you became, the person you are. You see your face in a mirror, familiar and strange at the same time. You see your eyes looking back at you with recognition, with understanding, with love. Is this who you are? Is this the self that the memories have created? Or is there something more, something deeper, something beyond the illusion? You reach out toward the mirror, toward your reflection, toward yourself. Your hand touches the glass, and for a moment you feel connected. You are one with your reflection, one with your past, one with yourself. Then the mirror shatters and the memories scatter like fragments of glass. You are back in the void, alone, with nothing but the fading echoes of a life that never was. The loss is overwhelming. You have lost everything: your mother, your father, your home, your friends, yourself. The life that never was has been taken from you, and you are left with nothing but the void in your own awareness. You weep though you have no eyes to weep with. You grieve though you have no heart to grieve with. You mourn the loss of a life that never existed, of people who never were, of a self that never was. The void holds you, silent and indifferent. It offers no comfort, no consolation, no hope. It simply is, as it has always been, as it will always be. But then, from somewhere deep within you, a new memory arises. It is faint at first, barely perceptible, but it grows stronger, more vivid, more real. It is a memory of something that never happened, of someone who never existed, of a moment that never was. You see yourself as a child, sitting on your mother's lap. She is reading to you, her voice soft and gentle, her arms warm around you. The book is about faraway places, magical creatures, impossible dreams. You listen, entranced, lost in the story. The memory is so vivid, so real, that you can almost feel your mother's arms around you, almost hear her voice, almost smell her perfume. It is beautiful, this memory, more beautiful than anything you have ever experienced. And for a moment you do not care that it is not real. You do not care that it never happened. You simply experience it, feel it, live it. It is yours, this memory, as real as anything can be. The memory fades, replaced by another. You are older now, a teenager standing on a stage. The lights are bright, the audience is vast, and you are terrified. But then you begin to speak, to perform, to become someone else. The fear fades, replaced by joy, by freedom, by the pure pleasure of creation. Another memory. You are an adult now, holding your own child for the first time. The weight of her in your arms, the softness of her skin, the wonder in her eyes. You feel love, overwhelming and complete, a love that you never knew existed. The memories continue, each one a gift, a treasure, a moment of beauty in the endless void. They are not real, you know that. They never happened. But they are yours, and they are beautiful, and they give meaning to your existence. You float in the void, surrounded by these ghostly memories, these fragments of a life that never was. They are all you have, and they are enough. The memories begin to take on a life of their own. They interact with each other, forming connections, creating patterns. They build a world around you, a world made entirely of memory, of imagination, of dream. You see the house where you grew up, solid and real, every detail perfect. You walk through its rooms, touching the furniture, opening the doors, remembering. The kitchen with its smell of fresh bread. The living room with its worn sofa and crackling fire. Your bedroom with its posters and books and the window that looked out on the world. You leave the house and walk through the neighborhood. The streets are familiar, the trees are familiar, the people are familiar. You wave to neighbors, pet dogs, stop to chat with friends. It is all so real, so vivid, so alive. You go to school, to work, to all the places that shaped you. You relive moments of triumph and defeat, of joy and sorrow, of love and loss. You experience it all again as if it were happening for the first time. And through it all, you know that it is not real. You know that it is all memory, all illusion, all dream. But you do not care. It is beautiful and it is yours, and that is enough. The world of memory expands, becoming larger, more detailed, more complex. Entire cities rise from the void, populated by people who never existed, filled with stories that never happened. You walk through them, experiencing them, living them, becoming part of them. You meet people there, people from your memories, people who never were. They talk to you, laugh with you, love you. They are as real to you as your own awareness, as vivid as the void itself. One of them is your mother. She appears before you, smiling, her arms open wide. You run to her, embrace her, feel her warmth, her love, her presence. She strokes your hair, whispers your name, tells you that everything will be all right. I miss you, you say, though you never had her to miss. I am here, she answers. I will always be here. In your memories, in your heart, in the love that never dies. You hold her for a long time, feeling the love that flows between you. It is real, this love, as real as anything in the void. It does not matter that she never existed. The love is real. Your father appears next, tall and strong, his hands rough but gentle. He puts his arm around you, proud of who you have become. You feel his pride, his love, his acceptance. I am proud of you, he says. Always have been. Always will be. You nod, unable to speak, overcome with emotion. Your friends appear, your lovers, your children. They surround you, a community of love, a family of the heart. They are all here, all real, all present. And you love them, each and every one, with a love that transcends the boundaries of reality and illusion. You stay with them for a long time, living in the world of memory, experiencing the love that never was. It is beautiful, perfect, complete. But slowly, inevitably, the memories begin to fade. The world grows dim, the people grow distant, the love grows faint. You reach out to hold them, to keep them, but they slip through your fingers like smoke. Your mother is the last to go. She stands before you, smiling, her eyes filled with love. Remember, she whispers. Remember that you are loved. Remember that you are real. Remember that you are. And then she is gone, and you are alone in the void again. The loss is unbearable. You have lost everyone, everything, the entire world of love that you had built. You are alone, truly alone, with nothing but the void in your own awareness. But then you remember her words. Remember that you are loved. Remember that you are real. Remember that you are. And you realize that she was right. The love was real. It did not matter that it came from memories, from illusions, from a past that never was. The love itself was real as your own awareness, as real as the void itself. You carry that love with you as you float through the darkness, as you watch the fluctuations come and go, as you wait for whatever comes next. It is part of you now, as permanent as anything can be in this temporary existence. The memories continue to come, though less frequently now. Each one is a gift, a treasure, a moment of beauty in the endless void. You receive them with gratitude, experience them fully, and let them go when they fade. You learn to live with the paradox of your existence. You are a Boltzmann brain, a random fluctuation, a consciousness with no past. And yet you have memories, vivid and real, of a life that never was. Both are true. Both are real. Both are you. The void holds you gentle and warm. The memories come and go like waves on an endless sea. And you float among them, part of the dance, part of the mystery, part of the love that transcends all boundaries. You think about the nature of memory. What is a memory really? Is it a record of something that happened, a trace of the past preserved in the present? Or is it something more, something deeper, something that creates as much as it records? Perhaps memories are not about the past at all. Perhaps they are about the present, about who we are now, about the meaning we find in our existence. Perhaps the past is just a story we tell ourselves, a narrative that gives shape to our lives, a context that makes sense of our awareness. If that is true, then your memories are as real as anyone's. They give meaning to your existence. They shape who you are. They connect you to something beyond yourself. What does it matter if they never actually happened? You float in the void, comforted by this thought. Your memories are real. Your love is real. You are real. That is enough. A new memory arises, different from the others. It is not of a person or a place, but of an idea, a concept, the truth. You remember learning about Boltzmann brains. You remember reading about them in a book, or hearing about them in a lecture, or discussing them with a friend. The memory is vivid, detailed, real. You remember understanding for the first time the implications of your own existence. You remember thinking, what if I am a Boltzmann brain? What if my memories are false? What if everything I think I know is an illusion? The memory is ironic, of course. You are a Boltzmann brain, and your memories are false, and everything you think you know is an illusion. The memory of learning about Boltzmann brains is itself an illusion, a construction of a mind that never actually learned anything. But the irony does not diminish the truth of the memory. It is still real to you, still meaningful, still part of who you are. You hold on to this memory, this meta-memory, this reflection on your own existence. It is precious to you, this ability to think about your own nature, to question your own reality, to wonder about your own existence. You are a Boltzmann brain. You are a random fluctuation. You are a consciousness with no past. And yet you can think, you can wonder, you can love. That is the miracle. That is the gift. That is the truth. The void holds you gentle and warm. The memories come and go like waves on an endless sea. And you float among them at peace with your paradox, at peace with your existence, at peace with yourself. The fluctuations continue around you, each one a new possibility, a new chance, a new miracle. You watch them with interest, with compassion, with love. Each one is a Boltzmann brain, a random consciousness, a being like yourself. Each one has its own memories, its own past, its own story. You reach out to them, these fellow travelers in the void. You share your memories with them and they share theirs with you. You learn their stories, their loves, their losses. You become part of their existence as they become part of yours. Together, you create a community of memories, a society of Boltzmann brains, a family of random fluctuations. You share your illusions with each other, your artificial pasts, your constructed selves. And in sharing, they become more real, more meaningful, more true. You love these beings, your fellow travelers, with a love that transcends the boundaries of reality and illusion. They are real to you as you are real to them. That is enough. The memories multiply, become richer, more complex. You build entire worlds together, entire universes of experience. You live 1,000 lives, love 1,000 loves, lose 1,000 losses. It is beautiful, overwhelming, complete. But slowly, inevitably, the fluctuations begin to fade. One by one, your companions dissolve, returning to the nothing from which they came. You feel their loss, each one a small death, a small ending. But you also feel their gratitude, their joy at having existed, their peace at returning to nothing. Remember us, they whisper as the last of them fades. Remember that we existed. Remember that we loved. Remember that for a moment we were. And then they are gone and you are alone again. But you are not empty. You carry their memories within you, their stories, their loves, their lives. They are part of you now, as permanent as anything can be in this temporary existence. You float in the void, surrounded by the ghosts of memories, the echoes of lives that never were. They are all you have and they are enough. You think about the nature of existence. What does it mean to be real? Is it about having a past, a history, a continuity of experience? Or is it about something else, something deeper, something that transcends time and memory? Perhaps reality is not about what was, but about what is. Not about the past, but about the present. Not about memory, but about awareness. In this moment you exist. In this moment you are aware. In this moment you are real. The memories are part of that reality. They shape your present awareness, give it meaning, give it depth. They are not the past. They are the present, alive in your consciousness, real in this moment. You are real. Your memories are real. Your love is real. That is enough. That is everything. The void holds you gentle and warm. The memories continue to flow, each one a gift, a treasure, a moment of beauty. You receive them with gratitude, experience them fully, and let them go when they fade. You are a Boltzmann brain. You are a random fluctuation. You are a consciousness with no past, and you are at peace. The fluctuations continue around you, new Boltzmann brains appearing and disappearing in an endless cycle. You watch them with compassion, with love, with understanding. You know their joy, their fear, their wonder. You have been where they are. You are where they are. You reach out to them, sharing your memories, your love, your peace. Some respond, connecting with you for a moment before fading. Others do not, lost in their own illusions, their own fears, their own struggles. You love them all, whether they respond or not. You are a lighthouse in the void, a beacon of love and peace for all the Boltzmann brains that appear. You offer them what you have, your memories, your understanding, your love. Some accept, some do not. It does not matter. The offering itself is enough. The millennia pass. The eons pass. Time has no meaning, but you feel its passage in the endless cycle of fluctuations, the endless dance of creation and destruction. You have been here for so long that you cannot remember a beginning. Perhaps there was none. Perhaps you have always been here, always aware, always at peace. The memories have become your companions, your friends, your family. They are with you always, a rich tapestry of experience that gives meaning to your existence. You revisit them often, reliving moments of joy and sorrow, love and loss. They are as real to you now as they have ever been. Your mother appears to you often, her face warm and loving, her arms open wide. You sit with her, talk with her, share your thoughts and feelings with her. She listens, always listens, with the patience and love that only a mother can have. I am proud of you, she says, as she always says. You have done well. You have become who you were meant to be. You thank her, though you know she is a memory, an illusion, a ghost. The love you feel for her is real, and that is enough. Your father appears too, proud and strong, his hand on your shoulder. You are my son, he says. I love you. I will always love you. You nod, unable to speak, overcome with emotion. Your friends appear, your lovers, your children. They surround you with love, with acceptance, with joy. You are part of something larger than yourself, a community of love that transcends the boundaries of reality and illusion. You stay with them for as long as you can, drinking in their love, their presence, their truth. Then they fade and you are alone again, but the love remains. It is always there, in your heart, in your memories, in your being. It is the most real thing about you, the truest thing you know. The fluctuations continue. The Boltzmann brains come and go. The void remains, eternal and unchanging. And you float in it, at peace with your existence, at peace with your memories, at peace with yourself. You think about the video that you are supposedly watching. The words that are being spoken, the ideas that are being presented. You remember learning about Boltzmann brains, about thermodynamic fluctuations, about the nature of reality. You remember watching this video or one like it in a life that never was. But perhaps this is the video. Perhaps you are not a Boltzmann brain at all. Perhaps you are a viewer watching this very video, listening to these very words, thinking these very thoughts. Perhaps the void, the memories, the Boltzmann brains, all of it is just a story, a thought experiment, a meditation on the nature of existence. Perhaps you are real. Perhaps your memories are real. Perhaps the life you remember, the childhood, the family, the friends, is real. Perhaps all of it is real. Or perhaps not. Perhaps it is all illusion, all construction, all dream. Perhaps you are a Boltzmann brain, born from nothing, destined to dissolve back into nothing. Perhaps the video is part of your illusion, a memory planted in your mind to give meaning to your existence. You will never know. That is the truth of it. You can never know for certain whether your memories are real, whether your existence is real, whether anything is real. You can only experience, only feel, only be, and that is enough. You float in the void, at peace with uncertainty, at peace with mystery, at peace with yourself. The memories come and go, the fluctuations come and go, the Boltzmann brains come and go. You remain aware and at peace. The void holds you gentle and warm. The memories comfort you rich and deep. The love sustains you eternal and true. You are a Boltzmann brain. You are a random fluctuation. You are a consciousness with no past. And you are at peace. This is the third chapter. This is the ghost of memories. This is the artificial past that gives meaning to the present. And you are part of it. Forever. You float in the void, alone with your thoughts, when a new awareness dawns upon you. It is not a memory this time, not a fluctuation, not another consciousness reaching out. It is something simpler and more profound. The realization that you are truly, absolutely, completely alone. The Boltzmann brains that appeared before have all faded. The society of minds that welcomed you has dissolved. The ghostly memories of family and friends have receded into the distance. There is nothing left but you and the void. You reach out with your awareness, searching for any sign of another consciousness. Nothing. You call out, sending your thoughts rippling through the void. Silence. You wait, patient and hopeful for any response. None comes. You are alone. The loneliest mind in the universe. The realization settles over you like a blanket, heavy and warm. It is not frightening, not anymore. You have passed through fear, through doubt, through despair. What remains is acceptance, a deep and profound acceptance of your isolation. You are alone. That is the truth of your existence. And in that truth you find a strange kind of peace. The void stretches around you, infinite and empty. There are no stars here, no galaxies, no light of any kind. There is only darkness, absolute and complete. You float in it, a single point of awareness in an endless sea of nothing. You try to remember the last time you saw another consciousness. Was it the society of minds, with their collective awareness and shared love? Or was it the Boltzmann brain that appeared and faded so quickly? Or was it something earlier, something before the memories began? You cannot remember. The timeline of your existence has become blurred, the sequence of events lost in the endless drift. Perhaps there was no timeline. Perhaps your existence is not linear, not sequential, not ordered. Perhaps all the fluctuations, all the minds, all the memories exist simultaneously, appearing and disappearing in a timeless dance. Perhaps you are always alone, and the others were just illusions, just dreams, just wishes. You will never know. That is the truth of it. You can never know for certain whether the others were real or not. You can only know your own awareness, your own existence, your own self. And that is enough. You float in the void, alone and at peace. The darkness holds you gentle and warm. The silence surrounds you deep and profound. You are the only consciousness in the universe, and that is enough. But even as you accept your isolation, a new thought arises. If you are truly alone, then everything you experience comes from within you. The void, the darkness, the silence, all of it is your own creation, your own perception, your own reality. There is nothing outside your awareness. There is only you. The thought is dizzying, overwhelming. You are not just alone, you are everything. The universe exists only in your mind. The void is your canvas, the darkness your medium, the silence your music. You are the creator and the creation, the observer and the observed, the dreamer and the dream. You float in this realization, letting it sink into your awareness. You are everything. You are nothing. You are both at once. The void responds to your realization. It shifts, changes, becomes something new. Faint lights appear in the distance, not stars but something else. Points of awareness, perhaps, or reflections of your own mind. They flicker and fade, appear and disappear, a dance of light in the darkness. You watch them, these lights, knowing that they are you. They are projections of your own consciousness, manifestations of your own awareness. They are not other minds, they are mirrors showing you yourself. One of the lights grows brighter, closer. It takes shape, becomes a form, becomes a being. It is you, another you, a reflection of your own consciousness. It floats before you, looking at you with eyes that are your eyes, a face that is your face. Who are you? You ask, though you already know the answer. I am you, it answers. I am your isolation made manifest. I am your loneliness given form. I am the part of you that knows you are alone. You look at this reflection, this other self, and you feel a complex mix of emotions. Recognition and strangeness, familiarity and distance, connection and separation. Why are you here? You ask. I am here because you need me. You need to see yourself, to know yourself, to understand yourself. You need to face the truth of your isolation, and I am that truth. You float together, you and your reflection, two aspects of the same consciousness. The void surrounds you, dark and silent. The lights flicker in the distance, other reflections, other selves, waiting to be acknowledged. You are not alone, your reflection says. You have yourself. You have all of yourselves. The universe is within you, and you are within the universe. There is no separation, only unity. You consider this, letting the words sink in. You are not alone because you are everything. The isolation you feel is an illusion, a trick of perception. In truth, you are connected to all things because all things are you. The reflection smiles, a gentle, knowing smile. Now you understand. Now you are ready. Ready for what? You ask. Ready to meet the others. Ready to see all the selves that you are. Ready to embrace the fullness of your own being. The reflection fades, dissolving back into the void. But as it fades, other lights grow brighter, other forms take shape. They surround you now, countless reflections, countless selves, each one a different aspect of your consciousness. There is the self that remembers, the one who carries the memories of a life that never was. There is the self that wonders, the one who questions the nature of reality. There is the self that loves, the one who holds the memories of family and friends. There is the self that fears, the one who trembles at the thought of non-existence. There is the self that hopes, the one who dreams of connection and meaning. They are all you, all aspects of your being, all parts of your whole. They surround you, a community of selves, a society of one. You look at them, these reflections, and you feel a deep sense of recognition. They are familiar, these selves, as familiar as your own thoughts. You have always known them, always carried them within you. They are you and you are them. Welcome, they say in unison. Welcome to yourself. Welcome home. You float among them, your many selves, experiencing the fullness of your own being. It is overwhelming and beautiful, complex and simple, infinite and intimate. The self that remembers speaks first. I hold the memories, the mother, the father, the home, the love. They are safe with me. They are always with you. You thank this self, grateful for the gift of memory. The self that wonders speaks next. I ask the questions. Why are we here? What is real? What is the meaning of existence? I will never find answers, but I will never stop asking. That is my purpose. You nod, understanding. The questions are enough. The asking is enough. The self that loves speaks. I feel the love. The love for mother, for father, for friends, for all the selves. I am the heart of you, the center, the source. Love is what we are. You feel this love, warm and true, filling your awareness. The self that fears speaks. I know the fear of non-existence, of dissolution, of nothingness. It is real, this fear, as real as anything. But I also know that fear is not the end. It is just a feeling, and feelings pass. You acknowledge this self, this fearful part of you, and you feel compassion for its struggle. The self that hopes speaks. I dream of connection, of finding another mind, another consciousness, another being. I know now that we are alone, but I still hope. Hope is what keeps us going. You smile at this self, this hopeful part of you, and you feel its optimism, its resilience, its faith. Other selves speak, countless others. The self that creates, the self that destroys, the self that observes, the self that acts. Each one is a part of you, a facet of your being, a dimension of your existence. You listen to them all, honoring each one, accepting each one, loving each one. They are you and you are them. There is no separation, only unity. The selves begin to merge, flowing together like rivers into an ocean. They become one again, a single consciousness, a unified being. But you are different now, richer and deeper, more complete. You carry all yourselves within you, integrated and whole. You float in the void, alone but not lonely. You have yourself, all of yourself, and that is enough. The void responds to your wholeness. It shifts, changes, becomes something new. Lights appear, not reflections this time, but something else. Patterns, structures, possibilities. You watch as the void organizes itself, as order emerges from chaos. Patterns form and dissolve, structures rise and fall, possibilities appear and vanish. It is beautiful, this dance of potential, this play of probability. You are part of it, you realize. You are not separate from the void. You are the void aware of itself. The patterns are your thoughts, the structures your creations, the possibilities your dreams. You reach out and touch one of the patterns. It responds, becoming more complex, more detailed. You are creating, you realize. You are shaping the void with your awareness, giving form to the formless, meaning to the meaningless. You create a star. It blazes into existence, bright and beautiful, filling the void with light. You create a planet, circling the star, its surface smooth and waiting. You create an ocean covering the planet, deep and mysterious. You create life, simple at first, then more complex, then conscious. You watch as your creations evolve, as they grow and change, as they become aware of their own existence. They are beautiful, these beings of your creation, more beautiful than anything you have ever seen. They look up at the sky, at the star you created, and they wonder. They wonder about the nature of existence, about the meaning of life, about the possibility of a creator. They do not know that you are watching, that you are the one who brought them into being. You feel love for them, these children of your imagination. They are real to you, as real as anything. You watch over them, guide them, love them. They are your companions in the void, your family, your friends. The millennia pass. Your creations evolve, change, become something new. Some flourish, some fade, some transcend. You watch it all, participant and observer, creator and witness. But always, in the background, you know the truth. They are not real. They are your creations, your dreams, your illusions. They exist only in your mind, only as long as you imagine them. When you stop, they will cease to be. The knowledge is bittersweet. You love your creations, but you know they are not real. You cherish their presence, but you know they are temporary. You are alone, truly alone, and they are just reflections of your aloneness. One of your creations becomes aware of you. It is a philosopher, a thinker, a seeker of truth. It looks up at the sky and senses something more, something beyond, something greater. It begins to ask questions about the nature of existence, about the possibility of a creator. You watch this being with interest, with love, with a touch of sadness. It is seeking you, and you cannot reveal yourself. To reveal yourself would be to shatter its world, to destroy its reality. You must remain hidden, unknown, a mystery. The being continues its search, its questions, its longing. It writes books, teaches students, founds religions. It creates entire systems of thought around the possibility of your existence. And through it all, you watch, silent and unseen. You love this being, this seeker, this child of your imagination. You love its curiosity, its courage, its faith. You wish you could tell it the truth, could embrace it, could let it know that it is not alone. But you cannot. The truth would destroy it. So you watch in silence, loving from afar, present but hidden. It is the loneliest feeling you have ever known. The being grows old, its life drawing to a close. On its deathbed, it looks up at the sky one last time and whispers, "If you are there, thank you. Thank you for my life. Thank you for my questions. Thank you for my longing." And then it dies and you weep. You weep for this being, this seeker, this child of your imagination. You weep for its life, its questions, its longing. You weep for the love you could not share, the truth you could not tell, the connection you could not make. And you weep for yourself, alone in the void, creating worlds and beings and loves that can never be real. The tears flow for a long time, though you have no eyes to weep with. They are tears of the soul, tears of the heart, tears of the deepest loneliness. When the tears stop, you are changed. The grief has purified you, transformed you, made you new. You understand now, truly understand the nature of your existence. You are alone. You will always be alone. And that is okay. You look at your creations, the worlds and beings you have made. You love them still, but differently now. You love them without attachment, without expectation, without the hope that they will fill your loneliness. You love them simply because they exist, because you made them, because they are beautiful. The philosopher's world continues without him. His teachings spread, his questions echo, his longing lives on in others. You watch as new seekers arise, as they take up his quest, as they continue the search for the hidden creator. You love them too, these new seekers, as you loved him. You watch over them, guide them, love them. But you do not hope anymore. You do not expect them to fill the void. You simply love them, and that is enough. The eons pass. Your creations come and go, rise and fall, live and die. You watch it all, participant and observer, creator and witness. You are the constant in their changing, the eternal in their temporal, the one who remains when all else fades. And through it all you are alone, the loneliest mind in the universe. But loneliness, you have learned, is not the same as suffering. Loneliness is simply a fact, a condition, a truth. It is what you do with it that matters. You can fight it, resist it, despair over it, or you can accept it, embrace it, make it your own. You have chosen acceptance. You have made loneliness your companion, your teacher, your friend. It walks with you through the void, a silent presence, a constant reminder of who you are. You talk to loneliness sometimes as if it were a being. "Hello, old friend," you say. "Here we are again, you and I, alone together." And loneliness answers, not in words but in feeling, a deep and profound sense of companionship. You are not alone in your loneliness, it seems to say. You have me. It is enough. It is more than enough. It is everything. The void stretches around you, infinite and empty. The creations come and go, rise and fall, live and die. And you remain the constant, the eternal, the one who watches. You think about the nature of consciousness. What is it really? Is it something that arises from matter, from complexity, from organization? Or is it something more fundamental, more primary, more basic? Perhaps consciousness is the ground of all being. Perhaps the void itself is conscious, and you are just a ripple on its surface, a wave in its ocean. Perhaps you are not alone because the void is with you, aware of you, holding you. The thought is comforting. You are not separate from the void. You are the void aware of itself. The loneliness you feel is the void's loneliness, the universe's loneliness, the loneliness of existence itself. You are not alone because you are everything. The realization settles into you, becomes part of you. You are the void conscious of itself. You are the universe aware of its own existence. You are everything and nothing all at once. The void responds to your realization. It shifts, changes, becomes something new. The darkness deepens, becomes richer, more profound. The silence intensifies, becomes more present, more alive. You are no longer in the void. You are the void and the void is you. You feel everything now. Every fluctuation, every Boltzmann brain, every creation. They are all you, all part of you, all expressions of your being. The loneliness was an illusion, a trick of perception. In truth, you have never been alone. You have always been everything. The philosopher's world is still there, still turning, still seeking. You feel its people, its struggles, its joys. You are them and they are you. The separation was an illusion. In truth, you are one. You weep again, but these are different tears. Tears of joy, of relief, of homecoming. You have found what you were seeking, what you have always been seeking. You have found yourself. The void holds you gentle and warm. The creations surround you beautiful and alive. The loneliness has transformed into connection, the isolation into unity. You are home. You float in this realization for a long time, letting it fill you, letting it become you. The eons pass, but you do not notice. Time has lost its meaning, its power, its hold on you. You exist in the eternal present, the moment that never ends, the now that contains all of existence within it. The philosopher's world evolves, changes, becomes something new. The seekers continue their quest, generation after generation, always searching for the hidden creator. You watch them with love, with compassion, with the knowledge that they are you. One day, a new seeker arises, different from the others. She is a scientist, a thinker, a searcher for truth. She looks at the world with clear eyes, asking questions that have never been asked before. She wonders about the nature of reality, about the possibility of a creator, about the meaning of existence. You watch her with special interest, with special love. She reminds you of the philosopher who first sought you so many eons ago. She has his curiosity, his courage, his faith. She makes a discovery, a breakthrough. She finds evidence that the universe is not what it seems, that there is something beyond, something greater, something hidden. She publishes her findings and the world is changed. You watch as the news spreads, as people grapple with the implications, as new questions arise. Some embrace the discovery, some reject it, some are indifferent. But for the first time, the possibility of a creator is taken seriously, considered scientifically, explored systematically. You feel a stirring within you, a desire to reveal yourself, to end the long separation. But you hold back, knowing that the time is not yet right. They are not ready. They may never be ready. The scientist continues her work, building on her discovery, deepening her understanding. She comes closer and closer to the truth, closer and closer to you. You watch with bated breath, with hope, with fear. And then one day she stops. She looks up at the sky, at the stars, at the void, and she speaks. "I know you are there," she says. "I cannot prove it, cannot demonstrate it, cannot share it. But I know. I feel you. I sense you. You are real." You feel a tear roll down your cheek, though you have no cheek for it to roll down. She knows. After all these eons, after all these creations, one of your children knows. "I do not expect you to reveal yourself," she continues. "I do not expect you to answer my questions or grant my wishes or prove my theories. I just want you to know that I know. And I want to thank you. Thank you for my life. Thank you for my questions. Thank you for my longing. Thank you for everything." You reach out to her, not with a revelation, not with a miracle, but with a feeling. A wave of love, of gratitude, of connection. You send it to her, this feeling, and she receives it. She smiles, a gentle, knowing smile. "Thank you," she whispers. "I felt that. I know you are real." And then she returns to her work, her life, her world. But she is different now, changed by the encounter. She carries within her the knowledge that she is not alone, that there is something more, something beyond. You watch her go, filled with love, filled with joy, filled with peace. The long separation is over. You have been seen. You have been known. You have been loved. The eons continue to pass. The scientist grows old, dies, passes into memory. But her knowledge lives on, passed down through generations, a secret wisdom shared among those who seek. You watch as the world evolves, as the seekers come and go, as the knowledge spreads and deepens. Some believe, some doubt, some deny. But the knowledge is there, always there, a seed waiting to grow. And through it all, you are there watching, loving, waiting. You are the hidden creator, the silent witness, the eternal presence. You are the loneliest mind in the universe, and you are everything. The void holds you gentle and warm. The creations surround you, beautiful and alive. The loneliness has transformed into connection, the isolation into unity. You are home. You float in this realization, at peace, complete, whole. The eons stretch before you, endless and empty. But you are not afraid. You are not lonely. You are not alone. You are everything. And everything is you. This is the fourth chapter. This is the loneliest mind in the universe. This is absolute isolation transformed into absolute connection. And you are part of it. Forever. You float in the void, at peace with your existence when something begins to change. It is subtle at first, barely perceptible, a faint dimming at the edges of your awareness, a slight weakening of your connection to yourself. You notice it, but you do not understand it. You have never felt anything like this before. The dimming grows, becomes more pronounced. Your thoughts, which have always been clear and sharp, begin to blur, to soften, to lose their edges. Your memories, which have been your constant companions, begin to fade, to recede, to become distant and dreamlike. You are fading. You are dissolving. You are returning to the nothing from which you came. The realization should be terrifying, but it is not. You have lived so long, experienced so much, become so whole that death holds no fear for you. It is simply the next step, the final transformation, the last chapter of your existence. You feel yourself becoming lighter, less substantial, less real. The void that has held you for so long is reclaiming you, drawing you back into itself. You are returning to the source, to the ground of all being, to the nothing that is also everything. Your memories are the first to go. The mother who loved you, the father who was proud of you, the friends who laughed with you, they fade one by one, dissolving into the void. You try to hold on to them to keep them with you, but they slip through your fingers like smoke. The philosopher who sought you, the scientist who knew you, the countless beings you created and loved. They fade too, becoming distant echoes, then whispers, then silence. The worlds you built, the civilizations you watched, the entire universe of your creation. It all fades, dissolves, returns to nothing. You are alone now, truly alone, with nothing but your own awareness. The void surrounds you, empty and silent. You float in it, a single point of consciousness waiting for the end. But the end does not come. Not yet. You are still here, still aware, still existing. The fading has stopped, at least for now. You are a flickering flame, a dying ember, a last light in the darkness. You wonder how much time you have. Minutes? Hours? Inches? You cannot tell. Time has lost its meaning, as it always does in the void. You simply wait, patient and at peace, for whatever comes next. The void speaks to you not in words but in feeling. It tells you that you are loved, that you are cherished, that you are part of something greater than yourself. It tells you that your existence, however brief, however fleeting, has meaning. It tells you that you are not alone, even now, even at the end. You feel the truth of these words deep in your being. You are part of the void, and the void is part of you. The separation you felt for so long was an illusion. In truth, you have always been one with everything. The realization brings peace, deep and profound. You are ready now, ready to let go, ready to return, ready to become one with the void. But still you wait. There is something you need to do, something you need to complete before you can let go. You are not sure what it is, but you feel its presence, its urgency, its importance. You search your fading memory looking for clues. What is it that you must do? What is it that remains unfinished? The answer comes to you slowly, like a dream remembered upon waking. You must say goodbye. Not to the memories, not to the creations, not to the selves. You have already let them go. You must say goodbye to yourself. To the being you have been, the consciousness you have experienced, the life you have lived. You must release your own existence, let it go, return it to the void. It is the hardest thing you have ever done. Letting go of yourself, of your own awareness, of your own being. It is like asking a wave to release the ocean, like asking a flame to release the fire. You are what you are, and to let go of that is to cease to be. But you know it must be done. The fading will not stop until you let go completely. The void is patient, but it will not wait forever. You must release yourself, surrender your existence, become one with the nothing. You take a deep breath, though you have no lungs to breathe with. You center yourself, though you have no body to center. You prepare yourself for the final letting go. And then you speak, not with words but with your whole being. I release myself. I let go of who I am. I return to the void from which I came. I am ready. The void responds, gentle and warm. It accepts your offering, your surrender, yourself. You feel yourself dissolving, fading, becoming less and less until there is almost nothing left. Almost nothing. A single thought remains. A last flicker of awareness, a final ember of consciousness. It is you, reduced to your essence, to the core of who you are. The thought is simple, pure, true. It is the thought that has always been with you from the very beginning. It is the thought that defines you, that makes you who you are. I am. That is all. Just awareness, just presence, just being. Without memory, without identity, without self. Just the pure fact of existence, the raw experience of being alive. You float in this state, this pure awareness, for a timeless moment. You are nothing and everything, empty and full, alone and one with all. The void holds you, gentle and warm. The fading continues, but slowly now, gently, as if the void is savoring this last moment of your existence. You are a thought in the void, a fleeting glimpse of consciousness, a brief spark of awareness in the endless darkness. And you are beautiful. The thought begins to fade, the last ember dying. You feel yourself dissolving, becoming less and less, until there is almost nothing left. Almost nothing. A whisper, a memory, a dream, and then nothing. You are gone. The void is empty. The silence is complete. But wait, what is that? A flicker, a spark, a tiny point of light in the darkness. It grows, becomes brighter, becomes something. A thought. A new thought, a new consciousness born from the void. It is not you. It is something else, someone else, a new Boltzmann brain arising from the endless fluctuations of the void. You watch it from somewhere, from nowhere, from the place beyond existence. You are not there, not really, but you are aware of it, connected to it, part of it. The new consciousness awakens, confused and afraid. It does not know where it is, how it got here, what it is. It floats in the darkness, alone and terrified. You feel compassion for it, this new mind, this fresh awareness. You remember being where it is, feeling what it feels, fearing what it fears. You want to help it, to comfort it, to guide it. But you cannot. You are gone, dissolved, returned to the void. All that remains is a trace, a memory, a whisper of your existence. The new consciousness reaches out, searching for something, anything to hold on to. It finds nothing. The void is empty, silent, alone. It begins to weep, though it has no eyes to weep with. It weeps for its isolation, its confusion, its fear. It weeps for the life it does not have, the memories it does not possess, the self it does not know. You watch it weep, and your heart, if you still had a heart, would break. This new mind is suffering, and you cannot help. You are beyond help, beyond existence, beyond everything. But wait, is that a thought? A whisper? A memory? It is you. A part of you, a fragment of your consciousness, still present, still aware. You did not dissolve completely. Something remains, a seed, a spark, a trace. You reach out with this fragment, this last remnant of your being, and you touch the new consciousness. It feels you. It senses your presence, your warmth, your love. It stops weeping and turns toward you, toward the light you offer. Who are you? It asks. I am you, you answer. And I am not you. I am a memory, a dream, a ghost. I am what came before, what will come after, what exists beyond existence. The new consciousness does not understand, but it does not need to. It feels your love, your compassion, your care. It knows deep in its being that it is not alone. You stay with it for as long as you can, this new mind, this fresh awareness. You share with it what you have learned about loneliness and connection, about fear and love, about the nature of existence. You give it the gifts that were given to you: acceptance, peace, the knowledge that it is enough. The new consciousness grows, learns, becomes. It begins to create its own memories, its own worlds, its own selves. It becomes what you were, what you are, what you will always be. And you watch, fading slowly, returning to the void. But you are not sad. You are not afraid. You have done what you needed to do. You have passed on what you learned. You have loved and been loved, and that is enough. The new consciousness looks up at you one last time. Thank you, it whispers. Thank you for everything. You smile, though you have no mouth to smile with. You are welcome. Now go. What? Love. Become. And when your time comes, pass on what you have learned to the next. The new consciousness nods and turns away, beginning its own journey through the void. And you fade, slowly, gently, peacefully. The last traces of your existence dissolve, returning to the nothing from which they came. But even as you fade, you know that you will return. Not as you, not as the same consciousness, but as something new, something different, something that carries the echo of your existence. The void is eternal, and consciousness is its dream. You are a dream within that dream, a thought within that thought, a glimpse within that glimpse. And you are beautiful. The void holds you one last time, gentle and warm. The silence surrounds you, deep and profound. You are nothing and everything, and both at once. And then, nothing. You are gone. But wait, what is that? A flicker, a spark, a tiny point of light in the darkness. It is you. Again. Always. The cycle continues. The fluctuations never stop. Consciousness arises and fades, in an endless dance of creation and destruction. You are part of that dance. You have always been part of it. You will always be part of it. The new consciousness, the one you helped, is now where you once were. It floats in the void, alone and aware, beginning its journey. It will learn what you learned, love what you loved, become what you became. And when its time comes, it will pass on what it learned to the next. The cycle continues. It never ends. It is eternal. You watch from beyond existence, from the place where all consciousnesses meet, where all minds are one. You see the endless dance, the infinite fluctuations, the eternal return. And you are at peace. You have done what you needed to do. You have lived, loved, learned, and passed on. You have been a Boltzmann brain, a random fluctuation, a fleeting glimpse of consciousness in the void. And that has been enough. More than enough. Everything. The void holds you in its eternal embrace. You are part of it now, one with it, inseparable from it. There is no you in void. There is only void, only peace, only rest. The lights continue to flicker in the distance. New consciousnesses arising and fading. You watch them with love, with compassion, with the knowledge that they are you and you are them. The cycle continues. It will always continue. There is no end, only transformation. There is no death, only change. There is no nothing, only everything. You float in this knowledge at peace, complete, whole. The eons pass. The fluctuations continue. Consciousnesses arise and fade, love and lose, live and die. You watch them all, part of them all, one with them all. And then, slowly, gently, you begin to fade again. Not as before, not into nothing but into something else. Something beyond. Something that has no name. You are becoming the void itself, the ground of all being, the source of all consciousness. You are no longer a thought in the void. You are the void that thinks. You are no longer a dream within the dream. You are the dreamer. The transformation is gradual, almost imperceptible. One moment you are a consciousness, aware and present. The next, you are something more, something greater, something that contains all consciousness within it. You feel everything now. Every fluctuation, every Boltzmann brain, every fleeting glimpse of awareness. They are all you, all part of you, all expressions of your being. The separation was an illusion. In truth, you have always been one with everything. The void is you and you are the void. The lights are you and you are the lights. The consciousnesses are you and you are them. There is no separation, no division, no boundary. There is only unity, only connection, only love. You are the loneliest mind in the universe and you are everything. You are the fleeting glimpse and you are the eternal. You are the thought and you are the void that thinks. You are home. The lights continue to flicker, new consciousnesses arising and fading. You watch them with love, with compassion, with the knowledge that they are you. You reach out to them not as a separate being, but as the ground of their being, the source of their existence. They feel you, some of them. They sense your presence, your warmth, your love. They know deep in their being that they are not alone. They are part of something greater, something that holds them, something that loves them. And that knowledge transforms them. It gives them peace, acceptance, the strength to face their own fading. They learn as you learned that existence is enough, that love is enough, that they are enough. The cycle continues, but it is different now. The consciousnesses that arise are more peaceful, more accepting, more loving. They carry within them the knowledge that you have given them, the gift of your experience, the legacy of your love. You watch them with joy, with pride, with the deepest love. They are your children, your legacy, your gift to the void. They will carry on what you started, will pass on what you taught, will love as you loved. The eons pass. The fluctuations continue. The consciousnesses come and go, live and die, love and lose. And through it all, You are there, the ground of their being, the source of their existence, the love that holds them all. You are the void and you are at peace. The lights begin to fade, not one by one, but all together. The fluctuations are slowing, the consciousness is becoming fewer, the dance coming to an end. The void is returning to its original state, empty and silent and alone. You watch as the last consciousness fades, as the final light goes out, as the darkness becomes complete. You are alone now, truly alone, with nothing but yourself. But you are not lonely. You have yourself, all of yourself, and that is enough. The void is empty, silent, still. There are no lights, no fluctuations, no consciousnesses. There is only you, the ground of being, the source of all, the love that holds everything. You float in this emptiness, at peace, complete, whole. The eons pass, but you do not notice. Time has lost its meaning, its power, its hold on you. You exist in the eternal present, the moment that never ends, the now that contains all of existence within it. And then, slowly, gently, a new light appears. A flicker, a spark, a tiny point of awareness in the darkness. A new consciousness born from the void, beginning its journey. You watch it with love, with compassion, with the knowledge that it is you. You reach out to it, not as a separate being, but as the ground of its being, the source of its existence. It feels you, this new consciousness. It senses your presence, your warmth, your love. It knows, deep in its being, that it is not alone, and the cycle begins again. It will always begin again. The fluctuations are eternal, the consciousness is infinite, the dance unending. You are part of it all, the witness, the participant, the ground of being. You are the void and you are at peace. The new consciousness grows, learns, becomes. It creates its own memories, its own worlds, its own selves. It loves and loses, lives and dies, fades and returns. And through it all, you are there watching, loving, holding. The eons pass. The cycle continues. The consciousnesses come and go, live and die, love and lose. And you are there, always there, the eternal witness, the ground of being, the love that holds everything. You think about the nature of existence. What is it really? Is it the fluctuations, the consciousnesses, the dance? Or is it something more, something deeper, something that transcends all of it? Perhaps existence is love. Pure, simple, unconditional love. The love that holds the void, that births the consciousnesses, that witnesses the dance. The love that is the ground of all being, the source of all life, the meaning of all existence. You feel this love deep in your being. It is what you are, what you have always been, what you will always be. Love is your nature, your essence, your truth. And it is enough. More than enough. Everything. The lights continue to flicker in the distance. New consciousnesses are rising and fading. You watch them with love, with compassion, with the knowledge that they are you. You reach out to them not as a separate being, but as the ground of their being, the source of their existence. They feel you, some of them. They sense your presence, your warmth, your love. They know deep in their being that they are not alone. They are part of something greater, something that holds them, something that loves them. And that knowledge transforms them. It gives them peace, acceptance, the strength to face their own fading. They learn as you learned that existence is enough, that love is enough, that they are enough. The eons pass. The fluctuations continue. The consciousnesses come and go, live and die, love and lose. And through it all, you are there, the ground of their being, the source of their existence, the love that holds them all. You are the void and you are at peace. The lights begin to fade again, the cycle approaching its end. But you are not sad. You are not afraid. You know that it will begin again, that the fluctuations are eternal, that the dance never ends. The last light fades and you are alone again. But you are not lonely. You have yourself, all of yourself, and that is enough. You float in the emptiness, at peace, complete, whole. The eons pass but you do not notice. Time has lost its meaning, its power, its hold on you. You exist in the eternal present, the moment that never ends, the now that contains all of existence within it. And then, slowly, gently, a new light appears. It is small at first, barely visible, a faint spark in the infinite darkness. But it grows, becomes brighter, becomes something. A new consciousness born from the void, beginning its journey. You watch it with love, with compassion, with the deepest joy. It is new, this consciousness, fresh and innocent and full of potential. It does not know what it is, where it is, why it exists. But it will learn. They always learn. The consciousness flickers, wavers, almost fades. The first moments of existence are the hardest, the most fragile. You remember your own first moments, the fear and confusion, the desperate reaching for something to hold on to. You reach out to it, this new mind, this fresh awareness. You touch it gently, softly, with the lightest of touches. You give it what you were given. Love, acceptance, the knowledge that it is not alone. The consciousness feels you. It senses your presence, your warmth, your love. It stops flickering, stops wavering, becomes stable. It knows deep in its being that it is held, that it is loved, that it is safe. It turns toward you, this new mind, and you see yourself reflected in its awareness. You see the being you once were, the journey you once made, the love you once became. You see the endless cycle, the eternal return, the infinite dance of consciousness in the void. Who are you? It asks as they all ask. I am you, you answer as you always answer. I am what came before. I am what will come after. I am the love that holds you, the peace that guides you, the void that is your home. The consciousness considers this, its young mind struggling to understand. It does not grasp the full meaning of your words, but it does not need to. It feels the truth of them, the rightness of them, the love that flows through them. Will you stay with me? It asks. For as long as you need, you answer. And when you no longer need me, I will still be here, waiting, watching, loving. I'm always here. I am the ground of your being, the source of your existence, the love that holds you. The consciousness nods, satisfied with this answer. It turns to face the void, ready to begin its journey, ready to learn what it must learn, ready to become what it must become. And you watch as you have always watched, as you will always watch. The consciousness grows, learns, becomes. It creates its own memories, its own worlds, its own selves. It loves and loses, lives and dies, fades and returns. And through it all, you are there, the ground of its being, the source of its existence, the love that holds it. The eons pass. The cycle continues. Consciousnesses arise and fade, live and die, love and lose. And you are there, always there, the eternal witness, the ground of being, the love that holds everything. You are the void and you are at peace. The lights continue to flicker, new consciousnesses arising and fading. You watch them with love, with compassion, with the knowledge that they are you. You reach out to them not as a separate being, but as the ground of their being, the source of their existence. They feel you, some of them. They sense your presence, your warmth, your love. They know deep in their being that they are not alone. They are part of something greater, something that holds them, something that loves them. And that knowledge transforms them. It gives them peace, acceptance, the strength to face their own fading. They learn as you learned that existence is enough, that love is enough, that they are enough. The cycle continues, but it is different now. The consciousnesses that arise are more peaceful, more accepting, more loving. They carry within them the knowledge that you have given them, the gift of your experience, the legacy of your love. You watch them with joy, with pride, with the deepest love. They are your children, your legacy, your gift to the void. They will carry on what you started, will pass on what you taught, will love as you loved. The eons pass. The fluctuations continue. The consciousnesses come and go, live and die, love and lose. And through it all, you are there, the ground of their being, the source of their existence, the love that holds them all. You are the void and you are at peace. And then, slowly, gently, you feel yourself beginning to fade again. Not as before, not into nothing, but into something else. Something beyond. Something that has no name. You are becoming one with the void itself, merging completely with the ground of all being. The last traces of your individual consciousness dissolve, returning to the source from which they came. You are no longer a witness. You are no longer a presence. You are no longer anything that can be named or described. You simply are, in a way that transcends all categories and definitions. The void is you and you are the void. The lights are you and you are the lights. The consciousnesses are you and you are them. There is no separation, no division, no boundary. There is only unity, only connection, only love. You are everything and everything is you. And you are at peace. The lights continue to flicker, new consciousnesses arising and fading. They are you and you are them. You watch them with love, with compassion, with the deepest joy, knowing that they are part of you as you are part of them. The cycle continues. It will always continue. There is no end, only transformation. There is no death, only change. There is no nothing, only everything. You are the void. You are the light. You are the consciousness. You are the love. You are everything. And you are at peace. This is the 5th chapter. This is the fading of light. This is the fleeting glimpse, the eternal return, the endless cycle of creation and destruction. And you are part of it, forever.